So we're gonna run now with our usual setup. You can see Dmitry there in the bottom right corner of our screen. So while we are trying to set up everything, let me open the Helidon website because I love showing off the Helidon, right? So
Helidon.io. Yes.
Yes, yeah. For those small things, I just love to use a search engine. A search engine helps me remember basic things, and I appreciate that immensely. So Project Helidon here.
Yeah, we have a cool parallax effect, by the way.
Yeah. Is the website implemented in Helidon as well, or is it just
running behind? So the website itself is just a well, it's just a landing page, nothing special. But if there's some functionality behind, it's running on Helidon, yes.
Right, very good. So Helidon is a collection of Java libraries for writing microservices that run on a fast web core powered by Netty. Right, so this is what we're gonna explore today. We're gonna look into Helidon. We're gonna create a couple of applications. We're gonna connect those together. We're gonna connect those to the database. We're gonna try to create a small microservice that is sort of a functional example, and then you can explore and build on top of it yourself, right? You can take that and run with it. So for that, of course, we need to start a couple of things. I will start them. Dmitry, if you could give a basic quick intro to what Helidon is for our viewers who are not experienced in what it is, right?
Okay.
That would be really great.
Okay, as Oleg already said, it's a collection of libraries. So it's not exactly a framework. It's not exactly a micro framework. So because we're somewhere in the middle, that's why we position ourselves as a collection of libraries for writing microservices in this case. And so it is Java-based framework, very lightweight, very modern, I would say. So as it's previously mentioned, so we are built on top of Netty, and we are fully reactive underneath. And moreover that, so we're not only reactive, but we're also fully implementing microprofile, almost done with the 4.0 implementation. That means that we are standard. That means that you can easily port your microprofile code to us, by the way. So I'm happy about it. By the way, don't you mind if I turn off this virtual phone? I don't like it blurred here. So if you don't mind, I have a special hardware background here for me. So today it's Maldives. So it's by the way, it looks very nice on this Helidon color scheme, so we'll keep it like the same color scheme. And yes, Helidon is definitely a wonderful choice for writing your Java microservices, because yes, we have two possibilities: either microprofile way or totally fully reactive way of doing things. And let us actually take a look why it's a good choice. So as you said, we're going to implement some projects, everything absolutely from the scratch, which is cool. That means that we'll write, there's no hidden stuff. Everything will be like online together with you. So let's try it.
Right, absolutely. So let's do this. I will have prepared my usual setup here. So we see our terminal window. Terminal window here on my cloud virtual machine. So this will be where I will create the applications and where I will run them. So it's a pretty powerful machine, right? As the workstations go, this has a couple of threads that can crunch numbers for me. This has enough memory to run a couple of microservices. So it's a 100 gig RAM machine, and it runs like it's powerful enough to run like a small Kubernetes cluster for demo purposes, or compile GraalVM native images quite efficiently in a few minutes, right? Or run my IDE on that machine and everything like that. So it also runs the streaming setup as well. So if you run something like the I'm not sure what you have to run.
Well, I believe a good game, since
Right.
we're on Twitch, you can run nice games there. I'm not sure which virtual code, but which
Right.
graphical card does it have, but you definitely should compile fast.
Right. Absolutely. So this is the machine, right? I've prepared that. I have the Helidon utility
Yes.
ready for
Here, I
myself,
will
right?
actually.
I downloaded that and I'm ready to go. So
Okay,
take my
this is the
hand.
only homework you actually done. So
Yes,
this is
I've
So
prepared.
how can you use Helidon? So you can actually go to start.microprofile.io and choose Helidon as setup. So just start.microprofile.io, and it will generate you POM files, etc., etc. So you can choose microprofile version and microprofile runtime. And yes, 3.3 is, I guess, the one you should choose.
We are actually doing this, right? So org.
No. Just
We will
just
not.
to show
Okay.
it. It's how you can do it. So in the micro profile, yes, and here you have Helidon, of course, the first one, the best choice. Yes, and yes, but doing it through website is not I would say modern enough. So to save your time, we have prepared something what actually Oleg has already done. So please go back to the console. Yes, and
Right.
just type in Helidon in it. So it's an application. It's a CLI application just to help you build, develop applications. And I believe, yes, the first thing you should actually start is a Helidon init. So let us create a new Helidon project here. Yes, it always looks up for the best choice. And here, yes, we have this flavor. So as I already said, so we have a micro profile way of doing things and a pure reactive way of doing things. And micro profile is, I say, the preferred way of doing things because it's a standard way of doing things, and it will just be suitable for, I believe, 99% of your purposes in your chain. So MP will be our way, but we will actually go back to SE at some time. But let us do the MP way. So just type in 2 here.
Right. So we do the micro profile application.
Yeah. And we will do a quick start. Yes, just a quick start.
The archetype is the template, right? So you have 3 different levels here. And we will go not with the bare minimum streetable from scratch, but we will have a sample application that includes some Rust, which is a web application, right? So this is what.
Yes, well, Helidon is for microservices. So Quick Start is a good choice because it gives you a good foundation or place to explore how to do some Rust operation over it. So Quick Start is a good choice, and because we are lazy as well, we don't want to type too much, and Quick Start could be our choice. Okay, so hello world. Nice, although it's a greeting service, I would say, but okay. It just answers some questions here. It reminds me of my school times, where actually we just make some, using basic language, I guess, we created some applications by answering some questions. Okay, here's one point that I want to say. So we've got this development loop. Currently it's 0, it's no. We'll come to it a little bit later, but default answer is no, so just press enter.
Right, so we don't want to start the development loop. Very good, very good. So we have the quick start MP directory.
Yeah,
here,
so
right?
this is the project that we are what we have. You see, it's if you type tree, for example, it's quite a regular Maven application. So we got POM XML here. We got some source for tests. We got some sources for sources. Yeah, like Java classes, and it's really, really simple. So this is all you need to run microservice. Currently, it's a greeting microservice. It's all you need to run it in Java. So, just let us open it up for a favorite IDE. So I guess you get a very, very cool setup for IDE as well here.
Yes, absolutely. So I have this machine running the projector project from JetBrains, right? And it will run my IntelliJ IDEA. And what I will be able to do, open the projects, and it actually runs on that remote machine fully, right? So what I need to do, I need to go to the streaming setup, live streams, quick start, what did it be? POM, right? And I open as a project. So now it will open the IDE, and it will allow me to edit the files and be fully working with my IDE the same way I would do locally, right? And if you are
guys from JetBrains, yeah,
yes, if you are watching this, right? So I will start the auto commit script. I will start the auto commit scripts. So our files, the application projects that we are working on, will be synced to GitHub. So you can go to the github.com/Šelajev/live streams, and you will see the code kind of with a very short delay, right? Every half a minute, it will sync the code to GitHub, so you can follow that on your own.
Yeah, and play with it and try to compile it. Yeah.
Right. So now we have the project here in my IDE. You can see that there is the same directory structure. I have my stuff here, which is not yet normal green. No.
It's so
okay,
cool.
This is fine.
We will
it's all
explore it.
fine.
Yes,
it's all fine.
You're not committed yet. Yes. So
Right,
what we have here, so we have this Hello World greeting project. So greeting provider and greeting resource. So we want to make a greeting service which just says hello to us. And by the way, if you go back to README, you will see something interesting. That yes, with JDK 11 plus, this one mention is that Helidon from the very beginning is absolutely Java 9 plus world. That means that from the scratch it's modular, and as it's modular, well, we're enjoying all the benefits from Java post 9 versions. So no excuses, no compromises. We're using only the best Java available right now. So we are 11 plus world. Just to let you know, so no Java 8 anymore. Sorry, or I can say just upgrade. Yes. Okay. Let's go to the greeting resource, for example.
Right. Okay.
So as you see here, you will see something very, very much, I would say, micro-profile-ish. I'm not sure if that's a word, but we have just invented it. So that means that we're using standard set of annotations like path, like request scope, like, yes, we have some injection as well, like we're injecting some resource. If you scroll down a little bit, yes, you will get the get method, like produces, like path, and all of that stuff. If you scroll a little bit more, then you will see even some annotated methods with a lot of annotations. Like here we are not only like making a path and saying that it actually consumes both and produces like JSONs. Yeah, we are also here documenting the stuff, like, you know, with just a set of standard annotations from micro profile, we document everything. So this document, as you run the open API stuff, so you will see everything documented. So if you see, once again, so just from the very beginning, like using this Helidon CL application, it created a fully functional application. So if you could please open like an IDE console or something, we will just try to build it right now and run it.
Right.
Yes, and how we actually do this, if you have Helidon application installed, yes, it's a Maven project, but for example, you're coming from a different world like PHP, Node.js, and you don't know what Maven is, Helidon already provides you all the infrastructure you need to run your application. So if you just type Helidon space build, yeah, yes, it will just create, do everything for us. It will run the build, it will do the tests, and it will create the applications for us. Like, you know, so you got a powerful machine, man, by the way, so it runs much slower in my laptop. And now if you do then Java -jar.
Right. So I'm using Java 11, right? I'm using GraalVM, of course, right? This is my
Definitely.
default JDK on this machine. And what I can do now, I can do Java minus jar.
Target.
Target.
Slash quick starter. Yes, that's a quick starter. So, oh, hello world. In your case, it's hello world jar.
There are some inconsistencies with the names here, but I assume this is a...
Well, this is something you provided in the beginning, so yes. Okay, fractions of a second, and it's running. Look, let us see what actually this thing can do. So can I open another console?
Okay, let's go back to our thing here.
Yep. Yeah, so let us do some curls. Yes, absolutely. So HTTP, localhost 8080, and greet. And what we'll say is hello world, of course. Yes, you got to put this M and stuff, of course. Yes, just to... Yes. Yes.
Right, so hello world is the default message. We get it. Very good.
Yes, and you can type in like greet slash same, but greet slash like GraalVM.
Greet Dmitry.
Oh, Dmitry. Yeah, that's me.
Okay,
cool.
Hello,
it says everything. Yeah, that's fine. We can add some other names, so we're gonna add some other greetings, but that's not exactly cool. So out of the box, you get even more of that. So first of all, you as a micro profile application, let us try to do some health checks. For example, like let us see the health of the sample. So you just go there and 8080 health.
Right.
Look, beautiful. So you got a lot of memory, man. Yes, and as you see, it gives you all the information, like everything is up and running, all the checks like that, log stick spaces, disk spaces, everything is up, running smoothly and beautifully. So our service, out of the box, provide you all the health information. But we can do even more than that. So we can do like curl and metrics. Yes, because metrics is something we need for cloud native environment. Yes, we need to monitor our metrics 8080. Well,
yeah, okay, this is not the JSON file, right?
That's not a JSON file. Yes, so it's a Prometheus format. Yes, this is something you know. So for microprofile stuff, to read your metrics, you need to, out of the box, it comes with the Prometheus format, so you can pass all this data to some Prometheus, then visualize it with Grafana and all that stuff. But you can actually read it from what is it, like in a JSON format, so you just need to add a header for that. So remember, you actually can see the README stuff and all that stuff.
Right.
In the README, you get a good example.
I know. I've seen this before. So we can get the health and metrics, right? So if we do the application JSON format and get the metrics, we should be able to get the JSON back. Right. Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice. You see, it is beautiful. Like, you got all this, all the information. What is the CPU usage? All the G1, GS, etc., etc. So it's human readable right now, I would say, machine readable as well. So you see, out of the box, you get this wonderful stuff. Now let us go back to the code, please.
Right. Okay. Sure.
Yes, and I believe we should stop this Java process right now because we will try something much better.
Okay.
So because microservices are not just Control-C. Yeah. Yes, and now please do something we call Helidon def. So please type in Helidon space def. So this will activate our development loop, by the way. So just another console, please.
Yeah, another console. So I will go to the streaming setup, live streams, quick start, right? And I do Helidon def.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
nice.
What will it do? It will start like a development loop, and you see it's very fast because although we got weld underneath and all of that stuff underneath, you see fault tolerance, health metrics, everything is running and it's starting like in fractions of a second. But let us try to change something in the code and see how it works.
Okay.
Like, gonna go back to the and let's go back. It's not only classes that are changed here. For example, if you go to the resources folder, and we will just change, go to meta-inf. Here we have some microprofile config, which is the standard way of doing in microprofile. And oops.
Now this is on
That
the,
is-
wait. Projector died.
Oh, I never thought this thing could die.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. But let's try to reconnect this.
Well, this is nice because it's all happening live.
Right. Like in a second it will become back up. I have never seen that before. Right.
Okay. There's always
do you know
the first
what the
time.
exit code 129 means?
Got absolutely no
129.
idea, but I know whom to ask.
Me neither. Me neither. Right. Right. So we want to change the file, right? So we want to change the file, and then we will see how Helidon restarts our application.
Yes, how it actually handles these changes. So I think you're doing something to my. Yeah. I'm always green or.
Wait.
Yes, I'm now in a half. So if I step like this, I will be in a half. Okay.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Just give me a second. We're trying to resolve this issue. We can open this in the. Oh, I know what happened.
By the way, if you don't have any idea, we can do it with Vim, for example.
Yeah. I know that there is a like. I can also open this in VS Code, but like I would prefer to actually do this in my.
Okay, it's
in my
back.
IDE, right? So the thing that happened is I think my certificates on the server kind of died out or something like this, right? So which is I assume not the best idea ever. So let's open the quick start again.
Yeah, quick start again.
I don't think this is the right one.
It's not.
Wait,
It's not the
let's
same
just-
folder. Yes.
Right, idea indexing my dependencies. I haven't seen this for a
Cool.
while. Running the Cloud IDE. One thing that was supposed to be resolved is the fact that it always indexes things. But apparently, that is not what is happening. Right, so let's postpone this for a second. Let's go back to our thing. So this is where we run our application, right?
Yeah,
and
but it's in Helidon mode.
Right, let's very quickly edit the application properties, right? So we had
Yes,
in
like-
the sources, because this is easy, right? Resources, meta-inf,
And yes,
microprofile config
microprofile.
properties.
Yes, exactly. And you can change the upgrading, for example, to Estonian way of doing it, or
Okay,
like you know,
okay.
Czech way.
Okay,
of doing it.
Estonia says tere, which is
Lovely.
which is a word in Estonian, means hello.
Yes, and you see, as you change and save it, it instantaneously reloaded. So if you go to third console, like which one of them, and do some curls,
No, I'll just
not
do
metrics,
curl
but
again.
just a heli greet.
Tere
okay.
Dmitry.
You see?
Very good.
It's Dmitry. So you see, it's very fast and very efficient. You don't even need an IDE for that, by the way.
All right. So, like, when you do the develop applications, right? Are you using an IDE?
I definitely do use it. IDE, and I'm still like old-fashioned. I still use like this setup that I have, a local setup of IntelliJ. So I'm quite okay with that. But I'm not sure if it's a good idea to change something in production, like, you know. But if you had all this hot deploys and all that stuff, you can even, well, actually you need a VI and that's it. So you see, you don't actually need an IDE, but yeah, but actually this tool, Helidon Dev Mode, in Dev Mode actually makes it like independent from your IDE. So you can edit your files elsewhere, and it will just handle all the changes and do this for you in a fractions of seconds. So that's why we're cool. Okay, but let's do actually something. Is it back or? Oh.
Yeah, it is back. It is back.
Oh, since it's back and since we're at EDE, yes, quick start. Let us do something else. Could you do double shift?
Yes, I can. Double shift is the command to search everywhere.
Search everywhere, yes. Yes, and just the endpoints.
Endpoints?
Yes.
Oh yeah, this is a very cool view that inspects your project and gives you the overview of the endpoints your application has.
Yes.
Nice.
So you see, from the very beginning, it gives you everything you need for endpoints. So you see, you can do it in VI. That's a good option. But if you do it not in the VI, but if you are using what we call the 21st century so far, if you're using this 21st century stuff, so from the very beginning, you have these endpoints. And you can even play with, with all the, 8080 SES, just to play with all this goodies that are from EDE. You see, response, requests. So EDE is good here.
Right. This is very interesting. So, is this the framework support, or is this the IDE support for the framework? Like, which way the integration goes?
Well, the EDE supports our framework as well, so there is some support. So I get it out of the box from IntelliJ.
Okay, is it like, I assume this is the micro profile thing because it's a standard?
It is the CDI thing. It's CDI,
it's a CDI
thing. Yes.
Oh, very good. Yes.
Yeah.
So
well,
this
part
is
of micro
the
profile.
spec.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, and you can just use the application and develop it without leaving your IDE once. That is nice.
Yep. Great. Another stuff which is like more specific to your job, by the way. Let us. Well, like you see, it's micro profile. It's only few files, like very easy files with all this annotation, bunch stuff, etc., etc. But you can make a GraalVM image out of that.
Yeah, I've heard that Helidon is really, really good for the GraalVM native image technology because the applications are small anyway, so and it works really well. Oh, hi,
yes.
Jonathan.
So let us actually do it.
Yes. Okay. How do I do this? Do I run Helidon native image or something?
Oh yes. So what you do? The other thing you should do is actually use the profile. So now your test won't work because we have changed the greeting message itself. So you just do maven package -d skip tests, just to help skip tests, and then just without true, and then -p big P native -image.
Right. So we're gonna invoke Maven, and we're gonna invoke a certain Maven plugin that will build a native image for us. And since I have GraalVM installation on my machine with the native image component installed and everything, it will use my local machine here for that particular application, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Sounds right.
Let us do it. Let us see how your machine, how powerful it is, and how fast you will actually build this thing.
Right. Okay. So it started building. Can you tell me how like what plugin that is? Right. Let me check.
Okay. There is a special plugin, yes, for that. So, if you actually generate the project itself with it will generate a POM file for that. So we are Maven right now. We're using Maven mainly, and if you go down, so you will see a built plugin which is called Helidon Build Tools. Yes, and actually this is everything you need. It will do all the packaging for you. And what does that mean? That it's actually, we're not just building the jar file. By the way we build it, so we are aware of Docker stuff. That means we use the layering used. And if you go to the project explorer itself, or just open the target directory, you will see that I just opened the target, or just another console which opens the target. Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes. Or you will see, or just it's too much, I guess. But let's go back here. Yes, you will see there's the jar file, which is a hollow jar. That means that all the libraries that are used this is extremely small. It's only kilobytes. But since the other libraries are like put in a libs folder, what does that mean? That means that if you are building like Docker images, yeah, you see a lot of them here, actually, but they're quite small. So if you type in there, it's really small, like several megs. Or just do this summary of that. So they are really case of memories. So if you can do it like DH of it, that will just give you.
How do you do this? Libs?
DF.
Yeah, 16 megabytes.
Yeah, 16 meg. Yeah, it's only 16 megs. You see, it's like so cool. Look, so we are small, like really small. And what this plugin does, it actually selectively gets all the libraries you need and just puts everything you really need to make it run. And yes, and we are aware of the Docker itself. And since we're using this Larry, so every time you rebuild, you only rebuild the hello world. It's quite seldom you use you change libraries. So it just don't need to rebuild everything from scratch. So this is our cool stuff here.
All right. So yeah, in the Docker file, you can see that you are packaging the jar and you copy the libraries together.
Libs, yeah. Yep.
I would
that's why, yes.
I would expect those to go in the other order, right? Because you want the libraries first, no? But I'm not sure.
Well,
I'm not a Docker expert.
I'm not sure as well, so I just think this should be the way it is. I mean, so
Okay.
we have experts for that. Okay, let us see how our build process goes, by the way.
Right, so it succeeded, right? It
Your
ran for
extremely awesome machine.
It ran for 3 minutes, which is quite a bit of time. It spent half of the time compiling the code to machine code, right? So in the ahead of time compilation phase, and roughly half of the time probably analyzing the application, building the graph of the classes, the objects, and everything, which is kind of cool. You can. One thing that I want to say here is, like, it uses a little bit of memory, right? It uses a few gigabytes of memory, which people very often kind of talk about, right? So I think somewhere here, what you can do, you can always do the configuration for, and this is the feature of the native image builder tool itself, right?
I think it's ARCs, yeah.
Yes. So however you configure that, what you can do, you can pass the additional arguments for the configuration of the native image thing. So I think for Helidon, this is additional arguments.
Absolutely.
Right? And here what I can do -J, which means pass this option to the underlying virtual machine running the thing, right? Which is the JVM currently running the native image builder. And then you can do XMX and, for example, say I want to give you like 4 gigabytes of RAM only, right? So if you have a machine that doesn't have like 100 gigabytes of RAM, or you want build your application on the laptop and at the same time run, I don't know, like Chrome or Slack or some other like memory hungry tools, then maybe you want to limit the configuration. And the same goes for threads. There is the option to limit the parallelism of the native image builder, right? So by default, it uses the resources that you provided, right? So here, like on this machine, it uses all 16 threads because this is, well, like the hardware is already bought and paid for, right? Like you're using this machine anyway, so you might as well use it to the best of its abilities. And you can always configure that. I don't remember the thread option from the top of my head, but it's something about, again, like it goes about the Java option. No, I don't think it's Java option. Some other option. We should look.
You have this awesome machine. Put some more gigabytes of RAM. Let's see how it behaves. You got 100.
Yeah, I don't think it will make it faster, right? I don't think it make it faster because it only grew to like 8 gigabytes, right? So there is plenty of hardware resource here that it doesn't need to explore. but this is something that you can experiment definitely on your own while you're building things, right? I will not put 60 gigabytes here. 32 should be enough, right?
Why not 68? You don't want to crash the.
I don't know. I'm a little bit skeptical about the projector still running after exercises like this. Let's look at the output. Let's look at the output here. It should be in the target directory, right, as well?
Yeah, exactly. So
it's my Hello World application.
Yes.
And it's a fairly small one, so it's 100 meg.
105 megs. Actually, while I'm running, by the way, here, if I run it on my machine, it will be 88 megs. Why?
Right. So it might be the case when you are using probably GraalVM Community Edition on your machine.
Oh yes.
Right. So this one is built with the GraalVM Enterprise Edition, which includes a different compiler. So probably it inlines more code, making the executable more optimized. But since it inlines more code, this code size could be larger as well, right? So the difference in a few megabytes could easily be explained by just that you're running on a different edition of GraalVM. It also could be explained that by some differences in the versions, right? So if you, for example, run an older version, or you're running, for this particular project, you cannot run on Java 8 based GraalVM, but in general, if you run on Java 8 or Java 11 based GraalVMs, you can see some difference in the sizes. But one thing that you can definitely do is to use this packing utility, the universal packaging utility for executables, right? And you just can say, like, I would like to compress my application, right? So it will run very quickly. And normally the UPX produces something like maybe 70 or 80% savings on the executables, maybe 70 or 60, something like this. But like, I assume that this application will be 30 something megabytes. Usually it's 1/3 of the executable produced by the native image. And there are different compression options that you can run, and they will produce different results. And also you can include like even higher compression, which will require decompressing in the beginning of the runtime. So that might include some trade-offs versus the starting time, right? The startup metrics of the application. But if you use with the basic compression, like for example, 7 is the level, right? So there are levels going from -1 to -10. 7 is a good rule of thumb option that you can try with, and it produces, it gives us 32 megabytes now, right here.
Awesome.
Right, so if I do the same thing here, it is 32 megabytes, right? And if I run this, then it should not have any penalty for that. So I do target hello world, and I assume it will start in like some milliseconds, right? So it starts in
faster,
80.
I would say.
It starts in 80 milliseconds, right? So
which is awesome.
Packing it doesn't make it much slower, at least with those like basic levels. So we have a.
By the way, I would just have to. Yeah, I can add something. So we are proud of the fact that we are shipping Helidon microprofile with a fully functional CDI container. That means that it's absolutely fully supported CDI. I mean, so no restrictions and no partial support. It's a fully functional CDI, which is weld actually, and we made it run in GraalVM. So we are just making some magic there, we're splitting the phase of starting and startup time and the initialization time. So we're doing this for you to make it available in a GraalVM native image. That means of putting a lot of effort to put not only CDI but also the other extensions that are being used there, they to be compatible with GraalVM. And you see, even packing it. So you see, you get 32 megs application, which is like have everything. Like it's a resting point serving you something. It has all the fault tolerance, health metrics, etc., etc. If you run the same stuff, just check the health in another console if you want, or like metrics, you will get absolutely the same result. Actually, really faster. and it's only 31 megs, man.
Right.
No,
So
I'm so much. If you ever do some curl like this, yes, you see, it's so fast.
yeah, I mean, like it runs on the local machine, right? Of course, it's fast, right? It doesn't need any warm up, and it's a beauty. It's a thing of beauty. I like it very much as well. Right. So this is our simple microservice using Helidon MP. This is a microprofile based application. As you said, it includes CDI and all the microprofile specs here. So configuration, fault tolerance, health metrics, open API, REST security server tracing. I assume those things all work because they're listed here. And this is our sample application. And it was very easy to create. It is a little bit verbose, specifically on this particular microprofile thing where you have like 10 annotations. Like
It's a standard way of doing things, man. So
yeah,
you
I
can
know.
easily port your code from everywhere. So this is our basic idea. If you have some code running on some other vendors, migrating to Helidon would be like, just copy pasting the code. Because
this is excellent, right? It's a little bit verbose for my taste, but this is the standard way of doing that. So that means that people know how to do this, and projects have been using those for quite a bit of time. And if you want to start new projects using microprofile, you might as well check out Helidon. But let's tell me, like, there was this other thing called Helidon SE. When we created the project, right, it was asking us whether we want SE or microprofile. What is SE? You said that this is a simpler or like a more functional way of doing applications?
Yes. So let us actually go to the console, if you don't mind. And let us actually create the application. So it's actually MP is a standard way of doing things, but SE, when we were designing back in the years, when we're designing the team, because I joined the team recently, the team was designing like this environment to run microservices. We've intended to be small and functional and like with less magic as possible. So we actually took the Netty and built on top of it a great setup of libraries to serve microservices, and they are absolutely reactive, absolutely no magic there. So what does that mean? So if you just type Helidon in it and then choose SE, let us do it. So you have the same way of doing it, like the very quick start and even database. So this database is cool because let me stop for a little bit here. So just to finish about SE. So the Helidon SE is designed to run just this set of libraries, Java libraries, absolutely no magic, and they're fully reactive. So instead of hiding this, actually they stand as an intermediate layer between Netty and microprofile. But instead of hiding this thing from you, we actually said, well, maybe somebody doesn't need all this microprofile magic and can simply run with no compromises, pure Java to serve in a reactive way their services. So we said, like, let us give our users a full backstage pass, as we call it, with no hidden treasures. So let the users use the best out of it. And actually, this Helidon SE is exactly your backstage pass. That means that we provide you a fully functional way of writing microservices, which gives you the same functionality, but without standards, without losing your CPU cycles on the standard stuff. If you have applications which need the ultimate performance, Helidon will be your choice for that. So moreover than that, we said it's a reactive way of running microservices, and microservices, they usually they're stateless more of the time, but they still interact with the databases. And as you know, JDBC is blocking driver, and we said, man, we have to provide some way to work with databases in a reactive way. That's why we created our so-called reactive DB client, which we are very proud of. And this reactive DB client actually wraps your blocking JDBC drivers as an additional executor and provides you a very cool interface to work with it, like with something which is running asynchronously out of the box. So here, if you type quick start, we will get absolutely the same application with the same functionality written in a quick start way. But since we're a little bit short of time, let us type 3 here and get our example with database already included here. So
Right.
just type 3 and answer some questions.
Right, database SE, let's just go with the default values. Database SE version 1.0, database, nice. So we have the application there. Development loop, no, I assume no.
No, we don't need it now.
Right, so
It's even
we
cool
have now
because you will
2
see.
projects, right?
Yes, and if we go, we just open it. Like it's absolutely the same type of application. It's a Maven application, but with less magic. Let us just jump into it.
Right, let me open that in
open
my
our favorite
ID.
IDE.
Let me close this project and let me open the new one. Right, so we're gonna go not the quick start, database SE, POM, open as a project.
As a project.
Very good, nice. It will take just a second.
Just give him some time to Okay, if you just jump a little bit into the code, you will see that it only has first of all, it has main function, main class, which if you scroll down a little bit, it has a public static void main method, which actually starts the server for us. You see, practically no annotations except override, I guess. And then what it actually does, so we said we have a very, very reactive way of doing things. So we create some configuration. So we have a config that can be used as a standard way of doing it. Then we have some web server. So we use massively built pattern because we find it like the best way of doing things here. And we said, okay, so here's a web server. We said that this server needs some JSON support, like JSON-P and JSON-B, get some configuration. And we started underneath. We started, and it actually presents a completable future to us, which is, well, you see, we are asynchronous, we are reactive here. And yes, it's pure Java code, which can actually be run directly out of the box. So if you scroll a little bit down.
So I can just click play here and it will run?
Yes, directly out of the IDE. And you'll be surprised how fast it will be. Actually, the IDE takes much of the time to compile and run it, not to compile but to analyze it. Just close it. Yes, and as you see, if you start it like next time, it will be like fractions of a second. We have our Pokemons project. Actually, as I said, DB, so we already have a DB client here with H2 database, which is like embedded one. And as you probably see, it's a pure Java application. You can debug, run inside of your IDE, and it just works very fast. So if you do some queries there, we can see some Pokemons here, by the way.
Right, so
Yeah.
I will go, okay, HTTP, it wasn't HTTPS, right? Let's do
It was HTTP, yes.
8080, what did I get back? No handler found
no.
for path. It should be, it said
Pokemons.
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Oh, that is excellent. I love Pokemon. Right, so we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a bunch of...
Pokemons here. Yes, and they are now stored in H2 database, and we can actually query them. Now, if you go back to the code, let's actually have a look how we do this. So there is a called Pokemon service.
Right, so let's look. The Pokemon is just a plain old Java object, right? So this is just
Nothing special.
Pokemon character names and trademarks of Nintendo.
Sorry,
Oh my
man,
God.
we have to say it.
This is amazing. Sorry, this is just very funny.
We are
Right,
keeping it legal, man.
I didn't see that before. Right. Oh, it's in every file. I assume that's in
Sorry,
every
man.
file because every file
Legals are
has the name Pokemon in there.
Okay,
right.
actually, what do you do? So you have this main better when you can set up a server. And the only thing you do is actually you have a something which implements a service. So this service actually is there to help you like handle the routines. If you go to update, this is the only, by the way, this is the only annotation you probably will see in this code, this override. And then actually have some routing. So you associate the routing path to a function which actually handles it. So as you see, we have list of types, and here you can see, for example, we query the database client. So there's DB client, which is set up there, and it actually, well, here we utilize so-called name queries. That means that we can query our, we can write our queries in our application's YAML file. If you go to the Project Explorer in IDE,
Wait, what?
go there to resources.
Wait, what? So here we
yes.
just call them by IDs, but the actual queries
Yes.
are sitting here in the YAML file.
Yes, so you can query the like create queries like with plain text, but like let's keep it like a good way. So you keep the queries and well separated, so you actually can change the resources and just call them. You don't need to recompile. This is the idea, and you actually call it the named query. So you can just get all your queries in your application setup file and just call it out of the service. So if you go to the service itself, so you just get this, then you just you know, there's a way to map your rows, DB rows, to Pokemon type. So for that you have a special mapper, which is like also provided in the sources, so no need to lose time on that. And then you see it's all reactive, so we use multi and singles. By the way, here I just want to mention that as I said, we are reactive out of the box, so everything we do is reactive, and we are quite happy and quite proud that actually David Karnik himself actually committed to the code. So the creator of reactive, or the inventor of reactive in Java, actually committed to our code. And you get reactive stuff without any additional setup directly out of the box. So, and the driver itself, you see, although we're using H2, which is like JDBC, which is like a token driver, we do it in a reactive manner. So this is how we do it. But you see, it runs absolutely smoothly and nicely. So do you want to make this code actually running in GraalVM native image, to see how small it will get?
Yeah, that would be interesting, right? So far, let me just rephrase what I understood from what you said. So the DB client here is the database client provided by Helidon, right? And the integration there is pretty smooth, and it's a reactive client that can even wrap the synchronous drivers and expose the reactive API, which is using the Helidon reactive stuff here, like those single and multi are the types for the, I assume, Helidon library implementing the reactive extensions, right?
Absolutely.
And then you can just query your database, and I assume here you can actually do like many more things than just creative name queries. You can probably just execute SQL or
everything.
do anything
Named
like
queries, that. SQL, so it's very verbose, and you do it reactive.
Right. Let me just check if I do like Pokemon ID, like say 1. Yeah, we get one single Pokemon, Bulbasaur, which is very good. Team Lechus here. And then you just use reactive API, and then you map it for the response. So this is a JSON output. So I assume if you are building API that is mostly transforming some data from the database, sending data back to the database, and exposing JSON endpoints, I think this would be a very interesting way to run your applications.
Yes. Fully
Right.
reactive.
Okay.
There's a mapper, so you can just protect. Okay. So let us actually try to do it. First of all, let us try to do it GraalVM native image ready. So first of all, you have to do some changes, if you remember. So H2 in this state cannot build to native image. So we should actually use H2.
How did they run
Docker image. Huh?
How did they run this application?
Which one?
I mean, I assume this one, right? I assume I need to...
Just main. You can stop it out of the AD.
right.
Just, yeah, where is the run comment?
I don't know, here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Run away from
Can
me.
you see? You can.
Run
you
away
can
from me.
touch it.
Come on, idea. You are embarrassing me in front of a wizard. It's probably not idea, it's probably my internet though. While streaming.
Oh.
Okay, I clicked stop. The application stopped. Everything is good. We're back into the presentation mode. All excellent. Okay, so Command
Lovely.
F2 is to stop it. Very good. Now I know how to stop it with the shortcut. Right, so let me go back to my application here, right? And I can run native image. And you said that it will not run because it has the...
Yes, there's some changes because we're using HT. And yes, I believe let us do some changes. First of all, so we're using embedded like H2 and it simply won't work. So let us change the URL. Just switch these two back. And there's one thing we should change in POM XML as well.
Okay, so we're gonna use the external database, which we're gonna run in a Docker. And
Absolutely.
in order to do that, we need to add the dependency.
Yes, there's a special H2 support so we did this support in Helidon. Yeah, so it's quite easy. So you just uncomment this thing, and you're almost there. Yeah.
Right. So we added the
Now-
dependency on H2. We saved everything, and now we can build a native image.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
How do I do this?
So
The
it
same way.
was,
Wait. I
yes,
know.
Maven.
Maven package. And then I do -p native image.
Yeah, you can skip the tests if you want, but the tests are like small fraction of the time that you're using to build.
Yeah, shots fired. No, don't skip test. We are here promoting best practices, and the best practices say that you should run your tests. That is
You
important.
said it best, man. Yes.
That is
You
important. Running tests is important. That's why you wrote those tests. That's why you want to execute them. Right. So my application, I'm not sure what is happening. Is it supposed to be this?
Maybe some of the services has not stopped correctly. So maybe we're still running something.
Wait.
So
let me
just
skip
kill all
the test.
Java.
Like this?
I think it may work. Yep. Only
Yeah?
GPS
Oh, wow.
is running correct.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me do Maven package
Yeah.
minus the skip test. You won.
But once
Minus
again,
P.
tests are important. It's just because to save some time.
No. I think there's something stuck there, but it could be my machine. Okay. So we are running, and we started doing the class list. So the native image process have started. While we are doing this, should we start the database?
Go ahead. By the way, it started the database. That's why we're stuck, because there was no database. Yeah,
Oh
that
right,
was a
yeah,
standard comment.
absolutely. Right. So yes, that's how it worked. There were no database, and I need to start the database. I need to start. We killed the projector. We killed the projector.
I have a strange feeling that your connection is really not stable.
My connection is super stable. What are you saying? You're
the
being...
projector is not like it's back.
No, we killed
Okay.
it. We killed it. Remember we said kill all Java. That killed our
that's
ID
the
as
other
well.
Java we killed as well. Man.
Right.
Okay, so there's a
okay,
README
let me-
file, and there is a yes. This will help you find the right Docker image for that. So if you go down, and you just type in that Docker run.
Okay.
Oscar
I can do
font.
this. Let me run this.
Because it's already running, or it's not.
No, I think
I'll
this
go
is
to
in
H2
use.
URL to see if it's running.
Docker. No. I think it's stopped. Right.
It just started.
let me remove it. Right. Let me run it again. So we run this, and you can see that this is my application. This is my Docker thing, and my application is running. Oh, it's running web console as well. I wonder if I connect to that. Let me see if I can connect to that. Right, so it was old demo 8080. What was the port?
Question to the audience: who on earth ever did this? Like
this is so cool. This is so cool.
I remember childhood.
I remember this console, right? I can select star from Pokemon.
I'm not sure if it's initialized, by the way.
No, it's not
there's no
yet.
found. Yes, because it's like we should run it once. Let us wait and see. I believe it's already ready, by the way. Yeah, it's been successful.
Yeah.
See, it's so. Let us just run it and see the console. Targets
Databases.
and databases. See?
Yeah, it's
Nice.
super fast.
Yep.
Super fast.
Let us see the. Yeah. Do we have any upgrades?
Yeah, we have the Bulbasaur still here.
Yep. Let us see the console, by the way.
Here we.
Just
I think we
refresh
need
it.
to. Yeah, we have the
Oh, you see.
Pokemon and Pokemon type.
Oh
Right,
yes.
so select star from Pokemon. Run. This is so cool. I can edit it as well. Insert into Pokemon. Values. 7.
7.
Charizard. And it's a fire type, so we do 10. Because every Pokemon set should have the Charizard, right? Right? Let's see. Let us see here. Do we have a Charizard? Yes, we have a Charizard. Excellent.
Yeah.
This is a dream of any Pokemon trainer to have a Charizard. So I hear. So I hear. Right. Okay. So our application runs. This is very cool. It started very fast.
You see how fast it was? Yes, but I wonder if we package it.
Let me check. Okay, so it's 50 meg. So it's larger actually than the packed micro profile. Right?
But I'm sure if we run the same command, it will be like.
Yeah,
far
but
less
like,
than
does it actually matter, right? If we can pack the micro profile and get a smaller results than that, then maybe yeah. I think it is. I think it will be 1/3 of 52. That is 17 megabytes. My bet is on 17 megabytes.
We need to vote. 17 megabyte. I say like 20 megs.
People in chat, type how much do you think this executable file will be. I hid the screen so we don't see the result there. Okay, we're not gonna wait,
Well,
but like you still type, right? So okay, it's 16 megabytes, I think.
Ah man, it's even less than 17.
Yeah, it's 16 megabytes. This is very cool. This is very cool.
Look,
Countdown latch
16
says
megs.
2 megabytes. Countdown latch says 2 megabytes. 2 megabytes. Come on. A hello world will be 2 megabytes, but this is a fully functional microservice talking to the database, including the JDBC driver and a DB client from Helidon. Room to improve. It is a room to improve. We will work on that. But 60 megabytes is absolutely spectacular for the application that is this capable. Can we?
Yeah.
Does it?
Run it. Just run it. I want to see it running. Like, run
Okay.
it.
I mean,
like.
You were a guest, so anything for you. Yeah. This is it.
Not the,
Does it?
Oh, yes. You see, but it does. I don't. You see, it did not even write the startup time because it's like, it's nothing.
Yeah, without the startup time, it's a little bit uncomfortable to. Why do we
I
see?
think it uses more time just to type in the console than to start itself, actually.
Yeah, of course. It starts like the micro profile one started in 80 milliseconds. I'm sure this starts in approximately similar time, maybe a little bit less, like maybe 40 or something. We have a question in chat from KP numbers. Why do we see wired server running during the build? Do you know the answer to that? why
Wired
does the build
server?
wired server? I assume like it's. I think
what
that's
is a
the
wired
tests. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tests. I mean, so the tests are like, it runs the tests.
Right. Okay. So,
Yep. So I hope this answers the question.
if not, KP, please, can you elaborate? What do you mean by the wired server?
Yep. Weld.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe
it's
weld
kind of
server.
Weld. Well, weld
Yeah, I
was,
think-
it was for MP, you see weld, yes. Somewhere up there.
Yes, for the micro profile, we saw weld here. We didn't. I don't think we saw any weld here because I assume
let
there is.
us go to your native image build. We see interesting messages. What that could be.
Which one? Where? What do you mean? Here?
Yeah, stop. Oh, warning. Helidon features. I don't see world wild and weld.
This is the Helidon SE application. I don't think it features
No, it
CPI
does not have.
because
It
the
doesn't.
dependency injection is done using new and passing the objects
There is
to other
no
objects.
dependency injection.
Yeah, in this site. So KP, for the Helidon SE, you should not see weld during the build. For the microprofile based one, I assume you can see parts of weld code running, because native image, what it does, it initializes some classes, it looks through the list of classes, it builds the universe of objects for your application, and that means that some classes could run to a certain extent. So when classes are initialized, for example, their static initializers are being run. So that means that you can see some output for the initialization, for example, for pre-computing the object graph for the dependency injection at build time. I think that's why you see weld during the build time for native image, because it covers a part of your application lifecycle. I hope that answers.
Pretty awesome. But maybe it has a values, by the way. Okay, we're done. But let us a little bit extend our functionality. So it's all done like with generated code. Let's write some code, and this writing some code may be cool for us, because web services are not only serving data, they also consume data. So
right, absolutely.
Let us actually connect two worlds of greeting service, which is like a separate service, and our Pokemon database service, and let us create something. I just want to play with it, like Pokemon greeting service. What do you say? So
okay,
we will
yeah,
greet
okay,
Pokemon.
I see. So what you're suggesting that we're gonna extend this application and make it query our other application that we built.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, like how do I do this? I need to add a dependency, right?
Yes. First of all, actually, let us start with the application YAML file, and change the ports. So now it's 8080 since the already built service is running on 8081 or 1990, whatever you want. So just change the ports. Oh, I love 1990.
Okay.
And that will be just enough.
Anything for you. Okay, so we changed the
Absolutely.
port on this application so we can go and start our greeting service.
Yes, but
normally.
wait. Yes, it will start and we'll write it. Let's go back to the code.
Okay.
And now let us go to the POM file.
Okay, POM file.
So POM file. So we need to consume other services. So we become a client, and actually to test our services, we already use so-called web clients. So Helidon has got only DB client, which is reactive. We also have a reactive web client. So we are absolutely reactive everywhere. So if you scroll a little bit down, you will see even more down. Yes, web client. It's used in the test scope. If you just remove the test scope, we can use it.
Right. Okay. So we make
as well.
the web client available to our application during
Not
the
only in
normal life
tests.
cycle, right? Not only in tests. Okay, so we have the web client. Now we need to write some code using that.
Yes. Yeah, so just go to the Pokemon service. Then scroll up.
Yep, I'm trying. Right, so we have the DB client here as the field.
Yeah,
and
underneath,
as
just type in, go to under DB client, the private final web client.
Okay, in a second. Right, private final web client.
Maybe you need to update Maven to see if the changes are like.
Yes, I think so.
Yep, it will just usually take. I wonder this super duper mega machine how fast it runs.
You're
It
mocking
usually
my
takes
machine.
really
You're mocking my machine, but this is unfair. My main machine is streaming, running Zoom, running Slack, running what else is it running?
Chrome.
Running Chrome, yes. Running other things as well. It's a poor laptop, right? So you have to understand that running my IDE in the cloud is a good choice. Is a good option. It's a good option.
Oh yes. Okay, so let us see if it actually did work.
I don't think it worked.
I lost your screen.
Yeah, we both, you and I. Let me just restart my browser that connects to the IDE running on the server.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be here. Yeah, it's here in a second. Right. Very good. Web client.
Okay. Is it running?
Yeah, it's running, but it just
It broke a little bit.
web client, right?
Yeah, this
Very
one.
good.
Yes, tap. And yes, and just finish. Okay, then we need to initialize it in a constructor because it's a pure Java. There's no magic at all. So just type it like this web client. So we're using the builder pattern, by the way. So yes, builder, and inside the builder itself.
Okay,
Let us put some stuff like base URL URI.
Okay.
Base URI will be like localhost 8080.
Do I need the HTTP there?
Absolutely. Yes. Just type it in.
Okay.
And just add some media support for that. Media support. Just next line, please. Like add media support. And yes, inside there will be like JSON-P support. JSON-P will be enough. JSON-P supports.create. So that's why this way we will help our web client, read and write JSON-P objects.
Okay.
Now let us create a helper function, which is like so. Okay, you have a choice here, so I'll provide you a choice. So you want to make it in completable futures way, like because we're reactive and everything is completable futures, or you want to make it in pure, I would say, Helidon way, which uses reactive stuff, like multis and singles.
Oh no, absolutely, the Helidon way. I assume that the web client works the best with like this is the
okay. Let us
Helidon application. Helidon way is the recommended way, right?
Oh yes, so let us do it then the, I would say, really cool way. So let us create a helper function, like somewhere underneath. Go scroll down.
Right. Okay.
Even okay. So like get Pokemon with greetings, I would say. So like a private, somewhere underneath. It's a private function. All of them are private, by the way. So because it's the only thing which is exposed is update. So just somewhere.
Oh wait, I'm creating a new method, right? So private.
Yeah, new method. It's private.
Void.
And then, no.
Greet
It's
Pokemon.
not void. Now let us help. No, it's
Okay.
not void. It's like it will return like object. So it will be single. Type single. Yep. of JSON object. So this will be like something will return JSON object.
Okay.
Yep, this one. It's like I call it get Pokemon with greetings, or not exactly greet Pokemon. Let's get it like get. No, not yet, not yet, not
Right.
yet.
So we need to.
It's a helper method. No.
Okay.
Okay.
Get
Don't need
Pokemon.
server request response right now. Get
With-
Pokemon
okay.
with greeting. And
You're making
the only
it-
parameter it will get is the Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Not Pokemon.
Right.
Yeah. So single, just add it like there. So single is the a reactive single thing that will be returned. And then we just do return. Type return. Then web client dot get. And then on path. Like string
We do
greet
and then we
Yeah.
do.
plus Pokemon name. P name, yeah. And yeah, no, not exactly. So we just need to place the request. So you just type request. No. Request. Yes, and the request should be returned as a JSON object. So request and then JSON object class. So the request will be mapped to JSON object class.
Okay, and
Yeah.
this will run an asynchronous request to our other service and return the JSON object, which is, I assume, the greeting for the Pokemon, and that
with
would be
greeting,
our
yes.
reactive object, right? Okay, cool.
Yes, exactly. So then actually now comes like a little bit more like complicated setup. So let us actually do another method which will actually serve this stuff. So
Right.
now private void.
So I just copied get Pokemon by ID, so I would
Yeah,
do,
you just actually copy the all method itself.
yeah, greet Pokemon by ID.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
just copy that method entirely.
Yeah, I copied.
Oh, you
This is
copied
like
it.
the new method. Look, greet Pokemon,
Okay.
like get transforms to greet in a very natural way.
Okay, greet Pokemon by ID. Lovely.
Yeah,
And if
countdown
you get a
ledge.
server request
Yeah, that was-
response, yes.
That was the Helidon icon in the ID, I think so.
Okay,
Look
but
at
we
this.
need to
Look at this
change
beauty.
something. Oh, cute. I love it.
Look at this beauty. Right, we need to change
So
something.
we
So
have
we
a new
query,
ID support. And
we
now,
queried the
you see-
Pokemon, and then we execute.
Yes, and now, then accept. So we need to make an intermediate. So we're not only just sending request response. So you just delete everything between then and exception. Then accept and exception.
Like here?
Yep. And just leave the exception.
But I
So
thought we just
between
need to.
between lines. No. It's a little bit more complicated. So
Okay.
between line 64 and 70, just
Okay.
delete it. Yes, maybe row. So this one is 64 also. Just delete it.
Okay.
And then I will do something very strange because, like we are returning. Okay, so we're returning like a composition of services. So we call something. We query the database, which returns a singular function to us, and then there's two ways of doing things. First of all, we continue pass this parameter down to the greeting service, or we just say no, we cannot find this Pokemon. Lovely. Okay, so let's just type it. Actually, next line.
After the execute.
After the
No.
execution. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Then do flat map single. Yes, we get a maybe row. So maybe row, it's like an optional row. So maybe row. Maybe maybe row. Then use it. Don't need it. Just maybe row. No. Just delete the
Oh, you want the expression?
Yes. Yeah, we don't need the expression. Just to delete this.
You're making it harder.
Yep. I make it the hardest way. I want to make it beautiful. So maybe row, delete this one. Then type in again maybe row, then dot map.
Right, so we are mapping the maybe row to the Pokemon class, right?
Yes, actually, so we get this. No, no, not exactly. Wait. You're so fast. No. We need to, as we get the Pokemon, we need to call our helper method to call the service. It will return a single to us. So just type in dbRow or a variable name. dbRow. Then arrow. And then get Pokemon greeting, whatever we wrote this helper method. Yep. And then we need to do the Pokemon class. As Pokemon, yes, exactly.
Why are we doing this so complicated? Right.
We are doing it reactive way. This is the most reactive way ever. So let's do it.
But can it? So this may be row is the row that we are returning. So we're gonna flat map that into the Pokemon, and then we're gonna do flat map that for the request. No, I think this is the
But first of all, no, we need to do this fork operation because there may be no such person like. So if you type in a Pokemon that ID that does not exist, we need to fork the situation. That's why we're doing this a little bit more complicated. So just believe me, trust me, man, trust me. Do the Pokemon class. Yep. Okay.
No, there are too many of these.
Yes. Then do next line, please.
Wait, like there are too many.
So there's the map. No, it's okay. 3 is okay.
Right.
Okay, not 4. 3.
What do you mean 3? This is the flat map single.
Yeah. Then we need to do, because there's a map, there's another fork of the operation, which is or else get. So, here.
Wait, why doesn't this compile? Wait, something doesn't compile. Like you're.
It's not yet ready. It's not yet ready.
It's okay.
No. Just no, not here. One before, yes, or else. And just type in another row. I would say or else should be another row.
You're making this harder. We write code the way we write code, and then we let the IDE format it. Chat, do you agree?
Okay. Screen. Lovely. Okay, let's do it again. So, actually, in the chat, I pasted you some helper stuff just to make it easier for you, so you can just copy paste it. But the idea is that if something is not found, which is sent not found, so it's not found. So if you go to or, then inside the or else get method.
Right.
No. Go back. No, not this one. We're making it reactive, man.
Okay, or else we need to return the greeting, right?
Yes. So now we need some spy. So that means that once again, I forgot the name of this thing. Just take a look at your chat.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to understand what you're trying to say here, but
yes. So once again,
right.
So we are trying to make a lambda. So make an empty lambda.
Right. Here inside we have a lambda, right?
Or else. It's not or else. It's not or else. It's or else get.
Or else get. Very good.
Yes. Lovely. Then, because it's not found, you can just send not found. Just
send not found. Yes.
Yes, and here you can say something. No. Response, and then say.
Dmitry makes things complicated.
Yes, makes things reactive.
No, complicated. Like I know reactive. Look. I know reactive when I see it. Right? It's very simple. If your code operates with like maps and you see a lot of arrows, that is reactive. Right?
Yes. So we are
probably
exactly
there is a library that is handling back pressure and all other reactive things, right? If you have to do those like forks in your reactive structure, that makes code complicated.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Yeah,
we are
like
doing it the best way. We're doing good
okay.
service. Okay, send not found, and just type in another road. And because it has to return something, well, otherwise it will not compile. So next road, just return single empty.
Single empty, an empty single, right? Because we need to return something. It doesn't compile here.
Yeah. Good. And then the next stop will be, okay, let's go there, go back there. So before exceptionally.
Here.
Before exceptionally.
So this is where we get our Pokemon greeting, right?
Yes.
Right.
We do it for single.
For single, and we consume that entity, and we send response.
Yes. No. It's actually response. Double. Okay. We'll just method reference send.
Right. See, this is not intuitive for like a novice like me. I would assume that there is a send method there. I would assume that there is a send method that just like this, there is a send method.
I can use send method, but just a little bit faithless. Like, we are using send, not found. Yeah.
I feel a pull request shaping up here. Yes. This response send should be a send method. Yes. Right. So this is good. Right. Let me tell you what we wrote. Right. We are querying the Pokemon by ID, and then we mapping that to a Pokemon class, right? And then we are or returning an empty response, right? And setting not found. And if we have the Pokemon, we query the greeting service and greet that Pokemon, and then write this output into the response. And all this thing is
reactive. Let us actually return it. That's one last thing we should do is actually wire this greet Pokemon service to a URL. So go back to the update method.
Right. Okay, just here.
Yes,
right?
And we just do another get.
Right, I assume this works like that. So Pokemon.
Yes, Pokemon greet
ID. Right.
Yeah.
And here we
just
do
get the method is like yes. Yeah. And now you can compile it, and first of all, just make sure that the other greeting service is running. So just open a console.
I'm reformatting the 100 lines of code, which is an impossible task.
1 to 3 lines. My God.
For the IDE. Yeah, it reminds me of Python a lot. Like I stumble in Python in a very similar manner. Where did you go? Everything is flying around. I don't want this. I want this. Right. Okay. Okay. Let me compile this. So here I will start my file.
Let's make sure that the other service is running.
Helidon init?
No.
Helidon
no.
dev.
We already no. We already had the service, man. We already
Java minus Java. Oh yes, we had a native image of that even.
Yes.
Right. Target.
Hello world. It's just hello world.
Hello world. Very good.
Yes.
Right. Our hello world is running.
Yes, it's the greeting service. So you can just check if it's running.
I think we're getting there.
It's not Pokemon, it's greet.
Yeah, it's greet, of course. Greet Terra world.
Terra.
Very good.
Yes, they do greet your name, for example, it will say Terra Oleg.
Oleg. Yes, very good.
No.
Terra Oleg.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's working. Now let's compile the other service and run it. So you can do it directly from the IDE. You don't need to do something special. Just run it. So go to the main class and just run it.
Okay, I'm in my main class and I click play. Run. Sounds lovely.
You see, fractions of a second. 1990 is the port we're running. So just go to any console you love.
Right, I'll open this in my browser.
Even better. So it's like you just have to click it. So
1990,
Pokemon, greet, and then 1, for example.
Terra Charizard.
Ta-da!
Right, so what we did, we wired together two services, right? And this reactive service, the Helidon SE implementation, queries the database, queries the other service, publishes the thing, right? So this is actually this is the full microservice that is necessary for running. How did we
just go to the browser once, please? Go to the browser.
Yeah, I'm in the browser.
Well, you can just make it native image if you want. So go to the browser and type, for example, greet 100.
Okay, so this is the past where.
Yes.
This is the past where we hit the exceptions.
This is why was all of that trouble stuff with flat maps and so on, because there's a fork in the process. We can actually do the then combine with, and nothing would actually be work. But if we not find the Pokemon, it will simply break. But now we did it gracefully, and to make it gracefully, you have to think reactive.
Oh yes. This is kind of cool. This is so here we.
By the
just
way, I just want to thank Daniel and David, so the guys who actually helped me this morning to make it really nice. So this morning I did my homework together with them. So Daniel.
Oh right, so you spent time figuring those lambdas.
Absolutely.
That's why you were that's where you were so confident, saying like, oh no, you have to count 3 parentheses and then do O else get. That's why I understand now. I understand now. Chat, he came prepared. Yeah. Right. This is a little bit hard. Right. This is a little bit hard.
You see, only 4 lines of code, but it is hard because it's reactive. But it's ultimate performance. Once again, you see. There is no magic. I mean, so once again, empty is definitely your choice if you want to do things standard, in a standard way, in micro profile way. If you want to make your codes portable, or if you want to port, the best option will be to port your code to Helidon. MP is your way. But for example, if you're kind of a Netflix or something, and you want to make ultimate performance to serve thousands, millions, or billions of people with no performance losses, so Helidon is pure Java, which, as you see, compiles to native image. 16 megs native image, man.
Is it 16?
Now it's not, because you just compiled it, and then now you have to make it like with the package.
No, I think it's even larger, because now it includes the web client, right?
It's web, yes. That will be like, let's see how much.
57. How much was it before?
52.
52. So 5 megabytes for web client. Oh, that is good. The UPX. Right. Let's compress that as well. And I'm gonna stop it here in my IDE. I'm gonna stop it here in my IDE. Command F2. We stopped it. So that's why I just want to compress, let it run to fullest. So 1/3 of this, it was 17
before. Less than 20 megs or more than 20 megs?
Less than 20 megs, 100%. Because it was, like 1/3 is a good rule of thumb. So 57, I think it would be 19 meg. 19 meg for the web application that, oh, no, 17 meg.
17. It's
like 18, nothing changed. 17. Nothing changed. Right, but it's almost 18, right? So 17, 700 things, and it still runs very fast, right? So I can run.
Database,
it talks to the database.
Web
client. Dmitry makes things nice, and if we try to greet, like say a Bulbasaur, we can see here a very Estonian Bulbasaur is greeting us back with the friendly message. No, this is very cool. This is the sample microservice. It's very easy to do, right? Like this reactive stuff took us a little bit of time to figure out, but preparing that was very simple, right? So one thing that I assume would be a little bit better, so the configuration for the web client will probably come from the application, from the properties files somehow, but this is the minor thing to do. The same way we configured the database client from there. I think this is easy to do. And then your application is ready to be...
This is for homework.
Yeah. This is for the enthusiasts, right? So I think this is a very cool demonstration of technology, right? We've built a small fleet of microservices consisting of 2 microservices, which is 1 microservice more than I usually build for the demo purposes. So that was very cool. And they talk to each other. It runs, and literally, yeah, it is less than 20 megabytes large. And this is sort of this is not a statically linked executable, right? So you cannot run it in a fully from scratch empty Docker container, but you can run it with a minimal operating system that has just the glibc and everything. So for example, you can run it in a distroless container, and that would be the just fully packaged, right? And distroless would add another 16, 17 megabytes. So your total Docker container size will be 30 meg, but it will be like fully standalone, which is very, very cool. Right.
And you see in the clouds, you pay as you go, so the startup time, you're just not paying it because it's...
Yeah, but this is very normal with native image, right? This is not something that is very uncommon here. What is cool? What is cool is the fully reactive support, right? So DB client is reactive, the web client is reactive.
We do our stuff in a reactive way. So you see,
yes,
it's breaking our brains totally, but only with a few lines of code. It's absolutely, yes. And you can do, by the way, for homework, you can do the same with completable future.
Right, no, I'm fine with this, those single and multi. Single and multi, because this is fine. Like, I'm not touching this code particularly again. I will start maybe with the new service without Pokemon if I need to do something functional. Right. I think, chat, this is a good time to ask questions. I think this is a very reasonable time to ask questions. And Dmitry, one question for me immediately. If I would like to learn more about Helidon and the integrations that it provides, I would like, what's the best source of information on that?
GitHub. So Helidon is Apache 2.0 license. So if you go to github/oracle/Helidon, yes, you will see, first of all of its code. So we're beautiful because it's Apache 2.0 license, and it works out of the box. So there's a bunch of examples. So you go to examples, yeah, so we just download and you get everything here. So it's DB client, GraphQL support, a lot of integrations like we're doing now the Neo4j integration, we do OCI integrations, etc., quick starters, everything, web client, web server, TLS, everything you need, so it's here. So just play with it. By the way, just a small like shameless plug from my side that I've started a project which is the same stuff in Kotlin. So yes, so it's not here. It's under my repo right now. So you can do Dmitry Aleksandrov.
Aleksandrov. I assume.
No, not KS, but X. Yes,
Aleksandrov, and I assume it's Helidon.
No, not yet. So just go there. Yes, just go to. No, this is the Helidon repo. But if you go to just my repo, Aleksandrov, go up. No, not here. Up. There's a separate repo for that.
Wait, like not this Helidon, is Alex. But... Oh, you mean that not?
Yeah, I have separate repos. Here is the Kotlin header copying example projects. Yep. So all of that stuff is written in Kotlin. It runs smoothly, nicely, and with a lot less code. Because
right. So let's see the web client example. Let's see the web client example here. Standalone greet service.
Yep. So by the way, you may see, so it's like all the updates. So you see the update, the rules are here. So you see it's a little bit different. But if you go to the main function, by the way, so
how do you do that on GitHub?
Just go back and go to greeting server main, for example.
Server main. Yes. Okay.
You will see that there is first of all, we have not only just written Kotlin, but we have server support. So we have builder, and if you go down there, by the way, I have to update it. Go down. Yeah. Oh, I have to update this thing. By the way, yes, we're using builders. But we have a Kotlin DSL for that, so we can actually set up everything. If you go to Quick Start, for example, if you go back to Quick Start,
You
so
mean
if
like
you yes, web client, and you go to Quick Starts and Helidon SE, Quick Start SE. So and then sources and all that stuff.
oh wait sources, right? Main.
Yep.
Oh, I know what. Like, you know what? Like, I always wanted to try this for the real project. So there is a service called GitHub 1S. Shout out to GitHub 1S. And it will allow us to navigate our GitHub repository in a VS Code-like environment.
Oh my god, never actually knew that.
Right? So, okay. So we have Quick Start SE, main, Java,
main KT. So, and if you go down a little bit, so you see there's a DSL, like for example, web routing builder. So we're just typing like web routing and register metrics, health, and all of that stuff. It works. So we don't use builder. So it's like wrapping everything to us. If you go up there, you will see the web server configuration as well. Up there, more up, line 48. Yeah, you see web server is configured like this. So it's not builder built. So there's DSL for that. It's in Kotlin.
Right, nice. So is Kotlin supporting Helidon kind of stable in production, like, or experimental currently? Okay.
Experimental yet. I mean, so we have several projects running in production, but actually no issues so far. So it's running. It's nice because it's pure Java. Once again, no magic. And this is something I wanted to show you. So so you see GraalVM. It's supporting it even in P, even with Weld. The quick starts, so not quick starts, but SE projects, like the reactive APIs of Helidon are just small, like 17 megs, man, with database and clients. I'm so much surprised. And then we have the Kotlin support, so definitely worth trying all of that stuff if you want to write your microservices in the most modern way.
Oh, thank you. This is very cool. I like this a lot. I don't have myself any questions. It's been quite a bit of information, right? We went through creating 2 microservices.
Almost 2 hours, by the way.
I enjoyed it. I liked it. I like the look and feel and experience of the application. Oh, I have a question in chat. Alina is asking. I think Helidon also has a community Slack, right? If people want to talk to you or other developers, can you pass me a link, please?
So, where is the link, by the way? Copy link. Oh my god.
While Dmitry is looking for that, if you want to talk to Dmitry directly, so you can go to twitter.com and Berkut, which is the name of the bird. I think it's a hawk-like bird. And Berkut 2000.
It's the biggest hawk, actually. Yes, it can kill wolves. So it's
right. Right, and then there are 2,000 of those. Right, so Berkut 2000 is the Twitter thing that you want to hit, and this is Dmitry, and you can tweet at him, and he will be happy and
By the way,
he will be lovely to chat with.
Yes, you have helidon.io. You get any answers to questions. So it's done there. Yes.
Right, so you go to helidon.slack.com and you get into the Helidon Slack where you can ask questions. This is very nice. Yeah. This is very nice.
And we have an official YouTube channel, by the way. So in YouTube, you'll see a bunch of videos. So just type in Helidon in YouTube, and you'll see a bunch of videos of us doing that stuff.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. I like the look and feel. I like that it's all very it feels lightweight. I'm not talking about the site. The site as well, but I'm talking about the application. Right. There's if any, actually, let me show you. Right, so this Helidon utility, right? This is itself. What is it? It's a native image of, I assume, a Helidon application, right? So if I do strings on this, right? Oh, not on this, right? Of course, strings on the Helidon application, and we grep .vm, right? We can see that there is a bunch of strings inside of that thing, right? So if we do the substrate VM, core VM, you can see that this was built with GraalVM Community Edition. So this is kind of cool. You don't. How big is it? How big is it? I'm gonna UPX that. It's 16 megabytes. I'm not gonna UPX that. I'm not gonna UPX that. I think this is enough, right? So, yeah, very cool, very cool. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate your time here. I appreciate your insight. If you're watching this later on YouTube, people, go to Twitter, drop Dmitry a follow, or join the community Slack for Helidon. I'm sure that this is a very interesting project that will only grow further and evolve together with the micro profile specs and as the collection of libraries that you can use for the best transparency and performance into what happens in your application. Right, so thank you very much. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove us from the screen and
well, thank you very much. It was a pleasure, a very reactive pleasure, I would say, with some pain points as well. But this is how you do reactive. Thank you so much for giving me the chance to talk about it, and I hope you really like it. So waiting for more of your comments, and try it. It's free. It's open source, and we accept PRs. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, if you're looking at this, send a contribution, go through the docs, try this out. Countdown Latch, thank you for watching. Countdown Latch says thank you for the demo. Dmitry, this thanks is to you, because without you, nothing like that would happen. Right, thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye.
Thank you.